Pantry, and today we're going to do another canning session, and I'm doing chicken legs and thighs again with the bone in, skin on, only this time I'm going to par cook them. I have never done it this way, and so I thought, you know, I want to see. I like par cooked meats so much better. I don't know how this could be any better, but we're going to find out. And then afterwards, I will bring you back using the product. I'm going to go ahead and can in 1.5 pint jars. So I may need 2 runs. This represents 2 10-pound bags of leg quarters. Now I cleaned them up. I took the back, because the ribs are attached, so I took that rib and backbone that's attached there. I took that off and trimmed up the excess skin that's always on those. Tried to clean them up a bit. I have a whole gallon bag back there on the counter that I'm going to put in a stock pot, and I'm going to make some chicken stock, which I will also be canning up. So if you want to see that video, you can let me know in the about section down below in the comments. So guys, I'm going to par cook this. I've got it laid out in this is a full sheet, foil pan, so it'll be easy cleanup for me. I'm gonna go ahead and season it a little bit, and not too much, because I really just want the chicken to shine through. So whatever dish I do in the end, I will be putting herbes de Provence and chicken broth, and I'm gonna use Better Than Bouillon. It has maltodextrin, so it should help the meat hold its texture a little bit, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I want, in these jars, I actually would like to have it a little brothy. I'm not going to try to fill the jar totally up with meat, because again, it's just me consuming this, and so I don't need the jar filled to the brim when I go to make a meal. I only need 1 or 2 or maybe 3 pieces of chicken in there to make plenty. All right, so let's do it. And I'm going to take you along for a few recipes. So you guys, I know a lot of you have asked, well, what do you use it in? How do you do it? Oop, there's the oven. So it's time to put this in. I'm going to season it up a little bit, a little SPG, and we'll be good to go. All right, I'll bring it back. Now, par cooking, I'm only going to cook it partially, maybe about halfway through. I want a little bit of brown on the skin, and definitely know that I've par cooked it. I'll probably be turning it halfway through. I'll let you know how long it's in the oven. We're going in right now. All right. Okay, so we have our chicken out of the oven. You can see it's nice and brown, and that's all I wanted. And I did turn it once halfway through. So that was in there for an hour. It is not cooked all the way through, but it has browned both sides. So now we're gonna I've got my hot vinegar water over here to wipe the rims of my jars. I have a 6 cups of bouillon, Better Than Bouillon, and so it's nice flavorful broth. I'm going to close my oven, and do you want to come in close so you can watch me load these jars up? Super easy. So I decided I was going to use my small 10.5 quart canner, and I thought, this is a lot of chicken. So this is the plan. I'm going to do 8 1.5 pint jars. So I got my bigger 921 All-American canner out, and we're going to do what we can with those jars. Whatever is left is going to go added to the backbone and stuff that I trimmed off for stock. So I'm going to make stock with it, and probably some chicken and dumplings. Anyway, okay, come on. Okay, so here we have our chicken. I am ready to go ahead, and I'm going to pack the jars. This chicken is hot, so I'm using a fork. I can't wait to have recipes from this. So, like I said, I don't necessarily need to pack the jars so tight that we can't get broth in there. You want to do this with wide mouth jars, obviously. And I'm going to try for one more leg in this one. And we'll push that down in there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to grab us a paper towel, because I'm going to wipe the rim of the jar. Now, I do have, and I love this, I just got this off of Amazon. I'll try to post links to stuff that I'm using, but I just got this wider mouth funnel. Look how wonderful that is. So it's got a white, it's whiter across here. The hole is the same as my other funnel, but I think I'm gonna like it. Less spillage because just this ladle alone is wider than the opening of the jar. So let's make sure we debubble and see if we can't release some air bubbles in here. We want 1 inch of headspace. And I may have to take out some, well, I've got 1 inch of headspace. Almost perfect. But I want it perfect, so I'm gonna spoon off just enough so we have a really nice 1 inch headspace. So there's jar number 1. I'm gonna dip it in my hot vinegar water, and it's not necessary to do vinegar, but I do. Okay, and I'm gonna fast forward so you can get the gist of this. Okay, I wish that I could work that fast. Anyways, so I was able to use all of it but 2 pieces, and both of those pieces didn't get as brown as some of the other ones, so it'll be perfect for my stock. And I'm gonna start that just as soon as I get this canner going. So I've got my burner on about a 6, and I was tempted to use the high heat, or the ultra heat burner. Maybe I will. But honest and truly, it gets really hot. I want to be able to regulate this canner. I have not used, have I used the big canner? I guess I have used the big canner in here, and I canned on this side. So I'm gonna stick with this side. I really want to be able to regulate it. So I don't believe in rushing it to get hot or rushing it to cool down. So that is crucial if you want to maintain 1 inch of headspace, which is standard for pressure canning. So we're going to go ahead and tighten down. I just start the tightening process on the thumb screws and then crank it down. I don't worry about if it's even, because that's why you do this, is to now I can start tightening. And whoops. And we're going, whoops, there we go. Okay, she's ready to go. As soon as it comes up to speed and she's venting a steady stream of steam, I will vent that for 10 minutes, and then I'll put my weight on, and I only need 10 pounds because of my altitude. So check your altitude, just Google my altitude for my address, and it will tell you what your elevation is. Then go to your ball canning book or another reliable source and find out what weight regulator you need. When you put the weight on, like at 10 pounds, once it builds up 10 pounds of pressure in the canner, it's going to release steam out from underneath that. That's what makes it go okay? So anyways, and then it doesn't build up too much pressure. So that's what we're going to do, but we got to wait till we vent, and I'm excited. So I am actually going to make a meal out of this tomorrow, because I'm just as curious as you. I was talking with a girlfriend, and she goes, I never heard of anybody doing that. And I said, well, I haven't seen it either. So here we've got experiment number 1. It's safe canning procedure. We're just doing bone-in, so this will go for just as if it was quarts, because those are 1.5 pint jars, 75 minutes once it comes up to pressure. All right, we'll be back. Yay! Okay guys, so everything is off of pressure. It canned for 75 minutes, and now I've let it come down off of pressure and let it sit there for about 5 minutes after I took the weight off, and then I skew the lid, or you can take it off completely depending on the temperature of your house, just so the jars kind of start acclimating to the room temperature, and that's the only reason I do that. Now it's time to reveal, and we're gonna have 8 1.5 pint jars of chicken on the shelf, and everything is still expanded in the jars. So, ooh, look at how nice that looks. Really good. And I'm setting it down here on a towel, and yes. So this will be good for casseroles, soup, stew, whatever, anything you want to make with your chicken. So I'm going to make a recipe for you guys right away because I want you to see how it comes out. So I'm going to get the rest of my jars out, and I'll get a picture for you and let you guys see. So let me know what you think I should make with this in the comment section below, so I can, maybe I'll test out another recipe. All right guys, don't forget to check the links below, and as always, I hope it inspires you to try your hand at home canning, because it really is very gratifying to have, you know what's in the jar, you know what's on your shelf. Nobody else had anything to do with it but you. All right, see you next time.